All right, welcome back to episode 4 of this series where I talk real estate and play Call of Duty. So, we're going to start with how do I see the game differently? What do I notice about real estate that most people overlook? Um, I think I just see real estate as a universal business. I don't see it as, a lot of how the business practice principles work. I think it works in, just about every single business. Um, I think it's more than just selling homes and getting leads and following up with it. I think it's, the systems behind of it. I think I see real estate more as a way to, create the same results every single time like a conveyor belt. And it's more, you know, it's more systematized than what people think, right? So I think what most people see it as is trying to get referrals and getting those referrals to buy and sell houses. They see it as a wannabe career where, we see it as a way to get guaranteed business and helping that guaranteed business to get guaranteed results. And so every single time, you know, a person works with us, they all get the same results as all of our past customers. And it's the best results in the industry, right? You can't beat it. So it's just, I see it more, I don't see it really as guesswork. I see it as a universal business principle where I could take that universal business principle of, keeping it like a conveyor belt for everything that gets done is its best practices for everything. You can take that and, use that in any industry. You could use that as a, coffee business owner if you wanted to own a coffee shop or something like that. You could take those principles. So I see real estate differently. I see it like a CEO of a tech company type deal. Um, I see it as an opportunity to get into a lot of other industries and build different technology with AI and everything else. I don't see it as a real estate agent at all. The only way I was told this many times, the only way to get rich in real estate is don't be a real estate agent, and so that's what I've really trying to obsess over is not being a real estate agent and doing everything I can to not be a real estate agent. So that's how I see it differently. What patterns do I see after watching agents for years? Um, I see it's really agents, whatever they kind of come into the business to do, they kind of do. I think it's just people. It's more people patterns. Um, People kind of do the same thing regardless of, you know, their circumstance. Even if they change locations, they still kind of do the same thing as they're comfortable with, right? So I see agents, they don't really change, right? Whatever they do to begin with is how they do it. Agents aren't really students of the game as much. They kind of just, there are a lot of doers, the ones that are successful. They just kind of do stuff without thinking, and whether they get the best results, it's because they've heard it somewhere and they tried doing it, but they're just not as systematized. It's a weird industry. It's like you would go to a doctor's office and it's like, well, if anybody has the flu, there's like a protocol of, the medicines you prescribe. Where real estate and realtors in general, everybody prescribes different medication for how to sell a house. So it's really weird industry. And a lot of the agents that get into it thinking they're gonna, you know, close 10 houses, do a lot of referrals, they're gonna fail if they don't treat it like a business and learn business principles and learn how to grow a business. 100% they're going to fail and be out of business, or they're just not going to make enough money and they're going to, I mean, there's also those other agents where, I've seen people make $100,000 a year and selling 6 houses, right? Which, good for them. $100,000 is good. 6 houses is not a lot, right? So I think it's kind of a weird industry. What feels obvious to me now that wasn't early on? Um, I think it's really obvious now is that I'm the only person that can do anything. If I ever try to delegate anything, I always have to do it. I know this isn't real estate related, but this is just me related. But You know, if I want to build a spreadsheet, if I want to build anything, I have to go build it myself. I have to go spend, 6 hours or however many hours it takes to build a system. Go build the system, then go sit down with, anybody in the world on my team and, train them for 3-4 hours over a period of a couple weeks. And they will be able to repeat what I do no matter how difficult the system is or how difficult the task is. Whether it's, using ChatGPT to code, whether it's, filling out a spreadsheet, whether it's updating a tracker, anything, right? I can train anybody to do anything, no matter how difficult the task is. And I think it's more, I want people on my team that willing to learn any task and do any task, right? So I think, just learning that versus wanting, the most talented person in the world on my team that already knows everything. I'd rather develop people into, doing tasks the right way than it would be to, start over and, fight with other people to do certain tasks. I think that's what I've learned is super well, just the learning, working with people that are, it's more obvious that I'd rather have people that are willing to learn than I would rather people that are just naturally gifted or smart. I think willing to learn is probably the number one talent I look for in people. What do I think most people overcomplicate everything? Like, I'm a big believer of think it up, write it on paper, put it into work. If it doesn't work, scrap it. If it does work, make it better and train it. It's people overthink every little thing. It's like we don't have to overthink, that system. Is this system going to work? Is it going to do this? It's no, let's run it live, get data on it, and then if it doesn't work, then change it or scrap it. So my personal rules unwritten. What rules do I live by when building? For starters, I think one of my first rules is, dream it up, go find out if it's possible, and if it's possible, then I have to build it, right? I have to build it, and I've got to try it, and I build it basically either right as I come up with the idea, or when I, have time to build it if it's a longer project. But it's just, put it to work, build it, test it out. If I can't figure it out, just figure it out. There is no going around it. Like the other day doing these videos are 8 minutes long usually, and that's 1.5 gigabytes, right? Can't post that on a lot of social medias. So I learned how to encode a video, upload it, change all the software, and then recode it as a new thing. So it's just find obstacles, and this is how I live by building, is find obstacles, solve all the problems, fix it, then test it, and do it. There's no ifs or buts. Don't go to other people for help. Just figure it out yourself. You got ChatGPT. You can do anything now in the world, right? As long as you're very good at learning, you can do anything. So that's how I live by building. So that's episode 4. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.